Hi, Kevin with Baylyn Antenna again with Captain Dave. And first of all, I want to thank you very much for doing all this.
Congratulations on the beautiful fish,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Looked pretty melted in the water.
It was. You know, we went to test antennas and got back, and back after testing, went way offshore for me. And after coming back, we decided to go fishing, and I got my first citation with Captain Dave. That's incredible to me. It was fantastic. But
we had a great day today. We had we caught our first limit of fish with the one group in 11 minutes. The second group, Kevin, the guy, was 14 minutes. The water was beautiful, clear, and a real credit to Kevin, my buddy that was listening to we were doing our testing on the radio. He said, "My God, Dave," he said, "what did you do to your antenna? I saw you and Kevin putting on." He said, "You about blew me off the bridge." He said, "I've never heard the clarity of your boat ever like that before." And it was the old radio, but with one of Kevin's brand new antenna. So, well, thank you, Kevin.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, so.
And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you, and you're going to be hearing and seeing me more. And let me say again, he is one of the best, most serious, big game fishermen right here. Got my word. I'm not going to give anybody bad, send him to someone that just, you know, is after money. This guy is serious, and I highly recommend if you're after that big tournament to use you. I mean, I'm definitely going to try to get you on.
Well,
I'm impressed.
We got all this effort. People spend the price of fuel and the trip. We play to win, whether it's a family fun trip or whether it's a tournament. I work hard at it, and when we do fish tournaments, I only allow one other person up the bridge with me. I have a rule that they can't talk. If the radio's talking, it's so important that I hear the radio. If one of my buddies was calling me and say, "Dave, I got him over here, I need to get over there. I don't want a guy just jabbering up there." But it's great that I needed a spotter. It's always good to have a man on the bridge where he can help me look, extra set of eyes, so I always appreciate it.
Now, I got a question. Between the two and the height, and your just honest opinion outside of everything, what would you rate the antenna in that height? We're about 5 feet slower. And what would you say for clarity-wise and distance? What'd you go, she said 24 miles, you got
We
out?
were 24 miles off at one time. At that point, were you still here on land, or were you in on 64
I was in land on 24 miles. I was able to get inland when you were off. I was 16 miles out on 284, went up 284, and clearly you were not in line of sight. I mean, I was in canals, up and down, and I was actually more impressed with my own product than I thought it would do. So
actually, when you look at that, the 24 and 16, that's 40 miles, and plus there's an awful lot of the condos, all the high rises here, and the outer one 60. That's and my friend Mike said it was the clearest he's ever heard, and he said it was a definite. What I would identify on the radio, I would say we're using your antenna and my old radio, and Mike could hear the same thing. He said I could hear a distinct difference in clarity. He said it just blew me off the bridge, and he was maybe sometimes 20 miles away underwater, but he said your boat's never put out like that. And my radio was okay, but compared to the other radio, that was a nice compliment from a guy who was totally neutral, who was just out there fishing with us today.
That's great. That's great.
So that's a pretty darn good, unbiased evaluation.
Yeah, that's what I want, and that's why I went to you, because I know you're an honest guy, and we didn't want to do this to put up hype or anything. We wanted a true, honest opinion.
So basically, we were able to achieve the same clarity, probably better transmission, for having an antenna that was 6 foot shorter than my big one.
Yeah, see, that's what this test came about. Was I was in Miami's boat show, and a lot of charter people, serious fishermen, all have the extended. And I was, before I wanted to build one of those, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't the 1970 technology and that it was really needed. I think today my conclusion is I don't think it's needed for me to explore into that kind of market, and I don't think I'm going to. I think the range with what it has is as good, and the only way to tell. And I think I'm impressed with not to further go into extensions at this time. Don't get me wrong, extensions would good the higher you go, but it's also the quality of the antenna, and you can't do too good a quality when you start to get up too high. It's too heavy.
The nice thing that's going to work well for me here in Virginia Beach is going under the bridge. And every day I do always have to drop my outriggers out going through the bridge, but on certain high tides I've always had to drop my antennas down. My friend Mike on the Gannett, he has to drop his antennas coming through and his outriggers, but he looked at the height of this. He wanted the same height, it won't even have to drop him. He said to get up on his tuna tower, to get up high, the mate's got to go up there and drop him down. Then he leaves him down. The next time he goes out, the wind's whipping, they're thrashing around, and to be honest with you, he's noticed it, I've noticed it too. His antenna, when he talks on the radio, his voice is really muffled. Something has happened, probably from banging air to dock with wind blows.
Sure. Well, it was a pleasure.
I think you're onto something.
Thanks again, man. Yeah, we're going to explore this.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks again.